This is embarrassing. It's a national embarrassment that our veterans can't get this type of treatment that's safe and effective in the United States. It's ridiculous. I'm living proof, and me and tons of other guys have been through this now, and the stories are all the same. To tell me
Yeah.
that this has no therapeutic value is, yeah, it's so obvious that it's therapeutic. It's absolutely ridiculous now that I understand what Schedule 1 is. The therapeutic value is more profound than any other medication in any field of medicine. When you have something that has an 80% success rate and taking heroin addicts in a few days and walking them out the door, not a heroin addict anymore. You take a
Mhm.
guy whose life's falling apart because of PTSD and he's like near at the end of his rope, suicidal, and you can eat this plant that pops out of the ground because God put it here for us and that heals me. You're telling me that's not therapeutic? Shame on you. And one of the big arguments in the Western medicine people are saying, "Well, we need years to study efficacy and safety." No, you don't, you jackasses. What you need to do is go to the guy who's a 15th generation shaman in some indigenous culture where this is deeply programmed into their culture. And there's plenty of this is recorded. We know this has happened for thousands of years. These medicines have been the way to heal. They know it's yes, I know there's not 1,000 RCTs with statistically significant but documented sample. No, it's been thousands of years of people that just get it. So we can't be agile, can't be most effective if we don't embrace the wisdom that is in these traditions. Shame on us. We're so stupid. We're so stupid. I could not focus on anything. I was flubber on a racquetball court. It was really bad. Now, mind you, at this time, I did not know the term benzodiazepine or benzo. I didn't know that Xanax and Ativan were related. I knew Xanax was bad, didn't really know why. I'd heard that. I remember there was no disclosure. There was no informed consent. There was no warning about the potential for this. And it's because the doctor didn't understand. I didn't know at that time how close I probably was to having a seizure and possibly dying. But what that resulted in is I never did take his Valium. 7 months of sitting in a darkened room, rocking back and forth with noise canceling headphones on because I couldn't stand the sound of the air conditioning. We had to be at 65, not sleeping at all, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour if I was lucky. I spent about 2.5 years laying on my couch in excruciating withdrawal, trying to talk myself out of blowing my own brains out because that's how
Mm.
bad it was. And I'll tell you, the suffering, Elena, it is indescribable hell. The suicide rate amongst people going through this is very high, and it's understandable. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for those two boys of mine, I would have checked out. The only reason I couldn't do it was I just could not ruin their lives. I have what's called a protracted case of benzodiazepine post-acute withdrawal syndrome, which I wouldn't wish on anybody. You look outwardly normal, but you're trapped in it, and your body is a torture chamber, and you're trapped in it. And this is why people kill themselves.
Yeah. No, I
Outwardly
totally get
normal.
it.
Yeah, and people don't understand, and you're acting very differently and they don't understand and they can't. I understand. I was judged very harshly by a lot of people for a long time and they just couldn't understand.